the Pistol Shrimp. Do the Pistol Shrimp.
Welcome into the Shrimply Good Podcast, the official podcast for Pistol Shrimp Baseball. It's episode 7 of the 2022 season presented by Beaver Creek Golf Carts. I'm Lucas Burris. That's Jayce Eustice, and welcome back into another edition of the Shrimply Good Podcast. Jayce, how you doing on this wonderful Sunday?
I'm doing good, man. We got an off day for the Pistol Shrimp, a well-deserved one after a week that was a little bit different from what we've seen pretty much the entire season for the Pistol Shrimp. So nice to get that off day to reset and just get ready for that home stretch, that ride.
Yeah, and a good little rain out that helped out. We'll talk about that, like you said, and picked up a win to end the week and a closer week than we have had. We only ended up playing 5 games, so we ended up going 3-2 on the week, but still pick up 3 wins. It felt like a weird week for the Shrimp, but it's because we lost 2 games on back-to-back days. We were like, whoa, what's going on? We haven't done that in a while. So, but no, it was a good week for the Shrimp again. They have a really good overall record, still a really good second half record. We're going to talk about it all and then talk about what's coming up this week at Schweikert Stadium as well. But let's just jump right in. Let's head to a game recap of this past week of Pistol Shrimp baseball action. As I mentioned, the Pistol Shrimp finished 3-2 on the week, and they started off with a really key victory. That's a weird victory, as we'll get into it, because the Pistol Shrimp defeated the Wabash Valley Rex 7-6 on the road on Monday, and a game that the Pistol Shrimp actually lost in the box score 8-7, but we get rid of that bottom of the 9th inning because of a protest by the Pistol Shrimp. The Wabash Valley Rex played a player who was not on their lineup card, and the Pistol Shrimp ended up coming out with a protested, overturned victory.
Yeah, if you're the Pistol Shrimp, you look at this one, you just file that as a win on the schedule and then just kind of forget it otherwise. This is one of the games that they let slip away there at the end, but heck, it's going to go down in the scorebook as a win. And in this one, Jared Herzog got the start in this. He went 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. So still a good outing for Herzog, maybe a little bit more runs and less strikeouts than what we've just used to seeing from Herzog. Kevin Davis took the ball from there. He went 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. And then Harrison Bodedorf came in that 9th inning, the 2.2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 3 runs. All of them were earned, 1 walk and 1 strikeout. So on the offensive side, though, for the Shrimp, Zach Lane had a big game in this one. He was 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs, including a double and a home run. Tucker Bougie continues to go on his pace. He's 2 for 4 in this one, 2 RBIs, a double and a home run as well. And Jared Quant, 1 for 2, 2 RBIs and a home run, getting his season really underway. So pitching, on this one got away at the end, something we haven't seen much of this season for the Pistol Shrimp, but this was a tough one. And fortunately for the Pistol Shrimp, it's going to go in the books as a win.
Yeah, and I think for the Pistol Shrimp as well, their view of this game is the Rex shouldn't have had the opportunity to win. They did something that was illegal. They lost the game. That was the result is. So I know, talking to a lot of Shrimp, including manager John Jakovic, that bottom of the 9th didn't exist because honestly, it shouldn't have happened because there was a player who shouldn't have played. So I think when you talk to the Shrimp and how the week ended up transpiring, if you look at some of the other losses, you go, we could have done better. But when they look back at that Rex game, they're in firm belief, we were up by 2 runs heading into the bottom of the 9th and we should have just been able to close it out. But there was a little shenanigans and ended up working out in our favor anyway. So for the Pistol Shrimp, like you said, some good offensive performances, another good start for Herzog, just a little more runs than you would like. Exactly. And then another good outing from Kevin Davis as well. We'll get to Davis towards the end of the podcast, but he'd been up and down, 3 strong innings with 2 strikeouts and only 3 walks is really good for Kevin Davis. Kept the Pistol Shrimp in this game, allowed them to have that 1 run in the 9th, stay in that game and continue to pick up the victory here. So for the Pistol Shrimp, started off the week in a weird one, but it did start the week with a victory, 7-6 over the Wabash Valley Rex. Start 1-0, and then we're going to look to move to 2-0 as we head to Clinton to face off against the Lumber Kings.
Yeah, what I loved about this game is they didn't let that bottom of the 9th and kind of the uncertainty really carry over into that next game. They looked to bounce back, and they did it with a solid win on Tuesday. Turned the ball over to Evan Heining. He delivered, 4 innings pitched, 2 runs. Both of them were earned, 5 walks, and how about 11 strikeouts as well out there on the mound. Justin Rios came in, 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 3 runs. 2 of them were earned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. And then Nick Laxner, who's really just turned his season around and has been a key guy out of that bullpen, 3 innings pitched, 0 hits, 0 runs, 0 walks, and 5 strikeouts. He was great in this one. Then on the offensive side, Cole Lucky, breakout game, 4 for 4, 2 RBIs and a home run. Luke Adams did what he does, 3 for 4, 3 RBIs and a home run. And on that night, Evan Evola hit one that I'm not sure has actually landed yet. He came in with a pinch hit solo shot. So Evola absolutely clobbered one. In this one, the Shrimp got out early. Clinton battled back. They actually took the lead 5-4 going into the bottom of the 7th. Shrimp got enough late work with that 1 in the 7th and 2 in the 8th to grab the win there at home.
Yeah, and I think that was my favorite home run call of the year, Jayce, the Evola shot, because it came out of nowhere. Yeah. And sometimes you're at home run and it's like, oh, this guy's up to the plate. Maybe I'm not thinking so, but we were kind of locked in on the Evola bat. We had just taken the lead, and he got up there, took an inside fastball, and just absolutely crushed it. And, I loved that Evola home run. It was huge for the Shrimp as well.
Some insurance, absolutely.
They had that 1-run lead that they got the lead. That was what their goal was in the bottom of the 8th, and then Evola was like, "That's not enough. We need one more," and then it just cruised in the 9th, which was the best part for the Pistol Shrimp.
Yeah.
So 7-5 victory over the Lumber Kings, 2-0 on the week. Another good outing. Want to highlight again, Eben Heine, 11 strikeouts. Even manager John Jackimick was like, hello, Eben Heine, with those 11 strikeouts. So really, really good starting pitching performance for the Shrimp when they needed it, as well as Heine gets 11 through 4 innings. Pistol Shrimp moved to 2-0, and then we get to the little rough patch of the week. We're going to travel to Clinton this time after defeating them at home, and it's going to be an 8-4 loss for the Pistol Shrimp.
Yeah, they took the show on the road and tried to pick up those back-to-back wins off of Clinton, but Clinton got the better of them in this one. T. Conrad got the start, went 4 innings, gave up 8 hits, 8 runs. 2 of them were earned, however. I'll get to that in a little bit. 2 walks and 2 strikeouts, so he got hit around a little bit. Ty Weatherly came in relief. Solid 1 inning of work, 1 hit, 0 runs, 0 walks, 2 strikeouts. Bodendorf bounced back as well. He went 2 innings, 2 hits, 0 runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. And then Tucker Bougie came in for an inning of work as well. No hits, no runs, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. In this one, Zach Lane continued to be really hot with the bat. He went 2 for 5 in this one. Cody Watanabe, 2 for 2 with an RBI as well. Good to see him starting to get going. And Cole Lucky continued to do things on the offensive end, 1 for 2 with a triple. But in this one, the bats could not make up for a rough day in the field. The Shrimp committed 5 errors, gave up 8 runs in the first 4 innings. And this is just one of those outlier games where you play not up to your standard that you set for yourself, and you just got to kind of have to chalk it up as a loss and just continue to move on.
Yeah, we played the Lumber Kings so many times this year as well. It was about time they took a loss to the Lumber Kings as well. Heading into this game, they were 4-1 against the Lumber Kings this season. So it was about time the Lumber Kings picked one back up, and pretty much the Shrimp handed them this victory in the first 2 innings. It was 3 errors in the first inning that allowed those 3 runs to come into score. Like that was the game there for the Pistol Shrimp. You went down early, and then the second inning came around, and we had 3 more runs go up in there as well. Yeah. And those errors, just some Pistol Shrimp players who just didn't look comfortable in the certain positions and just felt like an off night as well. But I do want to highlight Watanabe, like you said. He came into this game late, picked up 2 hits and 2 at bats in the last 3 innings, and one of his shots was a shot into the farthest part of the ballpark. Clinton is a very large park. Hit one 408 to deep center field off the top of the wall. Literally any other park in the league, that ball is gone. So Watanabe put a really good swing on a few baseballs in this one. He's been swinging a hotter bat as of late, but just a tough loss for the Shrimp, 8-4 to the Clinton Lumber Kings. And then it would just kind of go down a little bit further from here, Jayce. You pick up one loss, and the Pistol Shrimp have seen it this season. It can just spiral a little bit, and then you have to pump the brakes. And for the Pistol Shrimp, it was ended up being a 2-game skid. Couldn't stop the brakes too early. It's going to be an 11-5 loss to the Quincy Gems on Thursday.
Yeah, coming in off that loss to Clinton, it didn't get any easier for the Shrimp as they headed to Quincy. Zach Losey got the start in that one. He went 5 2/3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs. All 3 were earned, 2 walks, 8 strikeouts, and a home run. But it was a rough outing for Justin Rios. He came into this one. He went 1 1/3 innings pitched, 5 hits, 6 runs, 5 of them were earned, 1 walk and no strikeouts. Kevin Parker also got an appearance on the mound. He went 1 inning, 1 hit, 2 runs. Both of them were earned. 1 walk, 1 K, and gave up a homer as well. So Zach Lane continued to swing a hot bat, 3 for 4 in this one, 3 RBIs. Tucker Bougie, 3 for 4, 2 RBIs. And Justin Rios was great at the plate as well, 2 for 3 with 2 runs, scored a walk and a double. And Evan Evola continues to do things when he's getting his opportunities as well, 2 for 4 in this one. So the Shrimp, they held the Gems scoreless through those first 4 innings, gave up 2 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 4 in the 7th, and then 4 in the 8th to drop their second game in a row, as they just couldn't get the bats going enough and the pitching kind of let up a little bit and let go of the reins.
Yeah, just the collapse at the end, something we haven't seen from the Shrimp this year. Of 8 runs in the final 2 innings is not going to win you any ball game when you
No.
only give up 11 total. So for the Pistol Shrimp, just a tough loss, and really the first time all year, maybe one of a select times, I should say, where the bullpen or the starting pitching staff has let you down just a little bit there, and that was the key here for the Pistol Shrimp. It's going to be 2 losses in a row. They'll end up 2-2 on the week, but then we head to Friday and we go, I think we're going to play. I think we're going to get Frightful Friday in. And then we get a downpour all day, all morning. The field is drenched. We were trying to play, and we finally ended up calling off this game about 3 p.m. on Saturday or Friday, 3 p.m. on Friday. So Pistol Shrimp would be postponed against the Normal Corn Belters at home on Friday. That game has still yet to be determined for the makeup, but we'll get to the makeup for Frightful Friday when we get to this week's theme nights. But Friday's game is postponed, so we move on to Saturday, and the Pistol Shrimp get back into the win column, an 8-4 victory at home over the Quincy Gems in just a pretty much signature Pistol Shrimp victory.
No, absolutely. Coming in on that 2-game skid, then you have to sit through that rain out on Friday. Everybody was just itching to go and get to the ballpark and hopefully get a win. And they looked ready to go, and they got that matchup, and they went out and got after it. And it started right from the jump with Ty Weatherly. He went 6 solid innings, 5 hits, 4 runs. 2 of them were earned. He gave up 0 walks, 8 strikeouts, and the 2 home runs. Really, those is kind of the only in his entire start. The only mistakes he made was 2 solo home runs that happened right in the middle of his start. Jared Herzog came in, 1 inning pitch, 0 hits, 0 runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Kevin Davis came in as well and gave us a solid inning of work, 0 hits, 0 runs, 1 walk, and a strikeout. And then Tucker Bougie closed this one out as well. 1 inning pitched, 0 hits, 0 runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. And then on the offensive side, Bobby Cavan really got things going in that first inning. He ended up going 2 for 4, including a bases clearing double in that first inning for 3 RBIs. Luke Adams continues to swing a hot bat, 2 for 3 with a walk. Tucker Bougie, 2 for 4, 3 RBIs, including a home run. Ivan Witt, 2 for 4 in this one. Zach Lane was 1 for 1 with a hit by pitch before he ended up leaving the game after being hit by pitch. But really, it was just the middle of this Pistol Shrimp lineup did all the damage that was needed, and the pitching just returned to form, and you just saw great guys coming out of the bullpen giving you solid innings of work. And Ty Weatherly, he just set the pace there from the mound and continued to pound the zone to get this key win for the Shrimp.
Yeah, dominant start from Ty Weatherly on the mound. He was perfect through 3 innings of work, faced the minimum, really high strikeout numbers. Then the third time through the lineup, saw a few more base knocks get through, but a really good start for Ty Weatherly. And a shout out to Kevin Davis, his last appearance with the Pistol Shrimp this season. We were on Hug Watch with Kevin Davis after the game. So Davis is done. A really good season for Davis with the Shrimp, but his time is done. We're seeing that a lot as this season transpires. Some of those guys hit their pitch limits. Their time with the Shrimp is coming quicker than we might expect or want it to be, but it is the last start of the season for Kevin Davis. So he is done, and he said a pretty good goodbye with a clean inning of work, and a really good week for Davis as well, who ends the year with just a beautiful stat line for the Pistol Shrimp as well. So big shout out for Kevin Davis there. And then big shout out Bobby Cavan, big knocks for Bobby Barrels.
There you go.
So big Pistol Shrimp victory, 8-4 over the Quincy Gems. So the Pistol Shrimp finished the week, as we mentioned to start, 3-2. The Pistol Shrimp are now 27-12 overall, 14-6 at home, 13-8 away, and 7-3 in the second half. They currently sit in second place in the East Wabash River Division, but first place in that second half playoff spot because Danville out of the running. But Danville does sit in first at 9-1. Finally picked up their first loss of the season last night, or in the second half. Did the Danville Dans. Then the Pistol Shrimp are in second at 7-3. The Rex are right behind them at 6-4, and then the Aviators sit in fourth at 4-6. But it's been a really good year for the Pistol Shrimp, and they find themselves near the top of a lot of categories now in the team stats, Jayce.
No, absolutely. On the offensive end, they continue to climb throughout this entire season. They now find that average up at that 273, which is good enough for third in the Prospect League. They've also scored a total of 378 runs, which is also third in the Prospect League. Then over on the pitching side, we saw going into that game on Saturday, the Danville Dans, actually their team ERA passed the Pistol Shrimp, which is something we haven't seen since the very beginning of this season. We've been number 1, but after a rough day for them and a good day for us, we find ourselves right back there at number 1 with that 3.86 team ERA, and also first in strikeouts with 4.55 as far as the team goes. And as far as fielding percentage, some work to do, but just things are so close. One good day, one bad day for a few teams, and you see these ranks shift all the time. So Pistol Shrimp coming with that 957 fielding percentage, which is good enough for 11th in the Prospect League with 1,071 putouts, which is second in the Prospect League.
Yeah, so the Pistol Shrimp, lots of fielding opportunities, but sometimes they're up and down. So on Tuesday, they were as high as third in the league in fielding percentage. And now they're already back down to 11th because the top fielding team in the league is out ahead of everybody. Chillicothe, I think they're still above 970, but everyone else is in that 960 mark. Like second in the league's like 962. So the Pistol Shrimp only a few points back of just being right back up there. Those teams are really middle of the pack, but most opportunities comes for the Shrimp though. So that fielding percentage looks a lot better when you talk about how many putouts they've had this season. And then I want to talk about that ERA because you mentioned it as well. Pistol Shrimp for the first time since the first week of the season weren't in first place in the ERA categories for 2 days. They weren't in first place on Friday and they weren't in first place on Saturday, but as Saturday finished, they were back in first because Danville now above 4 in their ERA. Pistol Shrimp and Danville are the only qualified ERAs under 3. Pistol Shrimp have been there all season long. So now the Danville Dans back up above 4 after giving up, I believe, 17 or 16 runs. So that'll do it for you. That'll bump your ERA pretty high if those are earned runs. So for the Pistol Shrimp, that's a good sign because 1, Danville lost, and 2, your ERA crown is back on where it should be because this is the best pitching staff in the league, and we know that. So good outing for the Pistol Shrimp there, but there's been some really good individual performances for the Pistol Shrimp this season as well. And I know you love those batting leaderboards, Jayce.
Yes, I do. And we're just going to get into it. First, I'm just going to start with Chance Resetich. He's currently tied for 9th in the Prospect League with runs with 30, and he's tied for 4th in those hit by pitch categories with 9 as well. But then we're just going to get to the Tucker Bougie show, as we should probably just call it at this point. Tucker Bougie, now stay with me here. Tied for 4th in hits in the Prospect League with 45, tied for 7th in the Prospect League with home runs with 6, 3rd in RBIs with 39, 1st in batting average with a 395, 3rd in on-base percentage with a 474, and 3rd in slugging percentage with a 640. So continues to absolutely dominate the hitting side of the Prospect League. And like you said, he's got his name in that MVP, firmly in that MVP conversation in the Prospect League. Then over on the pitching side, Jared Herzog continues to do what he does. He's tied for 3rd in wins with 4, and he's 2nd in strikeouts with 53. Ty Weatherly, though, a new man in that conversation, tied for 3rd with strikeouts with 52. And Kevin Davis, like we just said goodbye to him, he is now tied for 10th in strikeouts with 40 in the Prospect League. So a lot of high strikeout numbers, and it's great to see Jared Herzog and a lot of the other guys just continue to rack those up.
Yeah, we've seen Herzog and Davis in that top 10 most of the season. Schultz was there for a little bit, but now it's up to Ty Weatherly putting up that crown. He has been so good as late. We talked to manager John Jackmick, and we'll get to the Ty Weatherly conversation as well, but he has just been dominant over the last 2 weeks, and we'll get to that on our Shrimply Good Players of the Week as well. A little preview for you there on how good Ty Weatherly has been. But let's talk about a preview of this coming week. The Pistol Shrimp have 3 home games this week, and it's a very early week for the Pistol Shrimp as well. Our first home game is tomorrow. If you're watching this on Sunday when we release it, Monday, July 18th, we'll face off against the Springfield Lucky Horseshoes at 7:05. Tuesday, July 19th, we'll face off against the Lafayette Aviators at 7:05. Both of those at home. Then a 3-game road trip for the Pistol Shrimp. Wednesday at Danville at 6:30, Thursday at Clinton at 6:30, and Friday at Burlington at 6:30 before we return home on Saturday for a 7:05 first pitch against the Quincy Gems. So home Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday this week is, Jayce, it's already the 3rd week of July.
No, absolutely. We continue to get through it. I know most of the teams are now above that 40 mark, so we're a third of the way into that second half of the season. So now every game matters, especially when you get a tough matchup coming up against a lot of your division opponents. Got to make sure to grab those wins. These are tough games. You're going to want to have those wins in your column once you get down the stretch.
Yeah, we talked about the dog days of summer. We really hit it because one, we're getting a little more injuries than we would like, but that's just kind of the name of the game as we get there. And players, their contracts are up, if you want me to say it like that. Their time with the Pistol Shrimp is coming to a close quicker as well. So as we inch towards the playoffs, a lot of these players will still be here, but you're going to lose some of those names, like I mentioned, of Schultz is gone, Davis is gone. We just lost Logan Delgado this week as well. We need like a in memoriam as we do the podcast that we just like goes up at the top every week. Now
we'll just put it behind us and just slowly take out
the Hunger Games. Like they're not dying, let me be clear, but like in the the Hunger Games where it's like at the end of the week, just like the gunshots will go off and we'll say who we lost.
Who do we
Oh, my
lose for
goodness.
the Pistol Shrimp
Goodness.
this week?
I believe that was it though. So Delgado, Schultz, and Davis is who
Yeah.
we have lost, and we have a few guys on the IR as well, but we'll let them sort themselves out before I say we've lost them as well. But those players aren't going to be back more than likely. So let's talk about some theme nights this week. We have an action-packed week as well. We'll start on Monday, July 18th. It's Grade School Night, co-sponsored by Royal Publishing. It's also featuring the Ivy Leads Group. Some special events, the Bounce House and a Dunk Tank, sponsored by Royal Publishing for the grade schoolers. We're going to serve Jersey Mike's subs out of our concession stand along with Maria's Pizza as the food vendor, and you should wear your grade school attire and come ready for a battle of schools. So this is our third school spirit night of the year. First was college night, then we had high school night, now we have grade school night. I think this is going to be our biggest one as well. I know a lot of grade schoolers very excited for this night. That is Monday, that is tomorrow, or if you're listening or watching on Monday, that is today. So be ready for that. Jayce, let's talk about Tuesday.
Yeah, on Tuesday at Schweikert Stadium, it's ladies' night, presented by Anytime Fitness. The food vendor for that night will be Big B Barbecue. We will also have $1 off drinks for the ladies. And in between innings, we'll have bachelorette contests with Pistol Shrimp players as our bachelors. Be sure to be there for that. And pregame recognition of special Pistol Shrimp ladies will be taking place during that night as well.
Yeah, so if you remember our Father's Day celebration at Schweikert Stadium, very similar. We're going to recognize some very special Pistol Shrimp ladies for the Pistol Shrimp family. But I want to talk about that bachelorette contest. So we're going to have one lucky Pistol Shrimp fan chosen before the game. And they're going to do the first 4 innings of the game. They're going to go through like 6 different Pistol Shrimp players. We're going to have roses. They're going to get to pick, and then they will go home with their Pistol Shrimp player of choice. I'm really excited for our bachelorette contest on Tuesday, and it is dollar off drinks as well. So we're incentivizing the ladies to come out. We'll have really exciting stuff on Tuesday as well. But Saturday, we talked about what's happening with Frightful Friday. I got to get to this one. This was a big night for us. We're really excited about Frightful Friday. It just had to get rained out. And, we're thinking, what are we going to do? And James Hardy to the rescue, because now it is Saturday of this week. It is James Hardy's Spooky Saturday, Halloween in July on Saturday, July 23rd, with the food vendor Doghouse LaSalle, featuring Peru Federal Savings Bank as our helpers that night. We got the Hocus Pocus Hags, don't you worry, at 6:15. They are back. A costume parade at 6:30, and South Claw Sam's Spooky Scavenger Hunt, including AT&T Peru and State Farm agent Jessica Scrouch, all throughout the night. That is trick-or-treating, so there's going to be candy for the kids. Come in your Halloween costume. Halloween, one of the best nights of the year for some of these kids. And if you're listening right now, your kid wants to go. And if you know a kid, they want to go too, because kids love Halloween, and it's not until October. So that's why we bring Halloween in July, because it gives you the opportunity to get out that Halloween costume, wear the same costume as last year, buy a new one, show off the one you're going to wear this year. Whatever you can do, get to the game on Saturday, because there is some really exciting stuff happening on Saturday. It's our biggest night of the year. That's what I call it. It always is. Yeah. Frightful Friday, Spooky Saturday. It's now James Hardy Spooky Saturday, but either way, it is huge, and you got to come to the Pistol Shrimp game. But that's not where the fun stops this week, because we also have family play day with the players at Grand Bear Resort on Sunday. Jayce, what do we got?
Yeah, from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Grand Bear Resort. A lot of people in attendance are going to have a chance to just kind of hang out, have some fun with some Pistol Shrimp players. It's going to be a lot of fun for everybody involved. It's $99 for a family of 4, $15 for every extra person. That includes 4 water park and mini golf passes, access to the volleyball court, 1 large pizza, and 4 drinks. Reserve your spot in advance by calling 815-681-7617. So just another opportunity to just be able to hang out with the Pistol Shrimp players outside of the ballpark, just be able to just relax, have a great time, and obviously have some fun at Grand Bear Resort.
Yeah, I mean, the simplest way to put this as well, remember that phone number. You can reserve in advance, 815-681-7617. But it's let me rephrase. For a family of 4, it's $99, and you get 4 drinks and a pizza. And then you can add an extra person to make your family bigger for $15 after that as well. And you get all the same perks. So you'll then get a 5th water park pass. You'll then get 5th mini golf pass, all that fun stuff. So that is what's happening on Sunday. It's one of our biggest outside of the park activities of the year as well. It's at Grand Bear. It is a long day. It's on Sunday, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's just all throughout the day. Players will be there at the water park, all that fun stuff. You get to see them, and you get to enjoy the beautiful Grand Bear Resort. But we got to tell you what's happening every day at Pistol Shrimp baseball games as well, because that's how we end our preview of the coming week, because we got beer from Tangled Roots Brewing Company. We got cocktails from Star Union Spirits. We got on-field activities for every age. We got the So Cute $50,000 shrimp rattle and roll. And we got lucky number giveaways from Ferguson, Jersey Mike's, Heritage Health, and the Illinois Valley YMCA, along with everyone's favorite Mr. Sparkle Auto Spa's dirtiest car in the lot, free car wash from Mr. Sparkle. Some really big stuff happening at every Pistol baseball game. And we got some lot of exciting stuff. This is a big week as well, with grade school night, with ladies night, and with spooky Saturday. So there's some big stuff coming up this week, and you got to get out to the ballpark.
No, definitely. It should be a fun week at the ballpark. And the way that it kind of sets up, you got your early week activities, and then obviously just close out your weekend and just have a lot of fun with Pistol Shrimp players. We're seeing some great baseball and hopefully making that playoff push.
Yeah. And we're giving you your Friday off. We haven't done that in a while.
Absolutely.
So we'll give you your Friday off, because you're going to join us on Saturday for a very big night with James Hardy's spooky Saturday Halloween in July.
Excited.
But I also I gotta mention, Jayce, it's that time. We're adding it to the podcast. We did a really exciting thing this week. We started a daily listener word of the day contest for those fans who listen to the radio, who listen to the stream with me and Jayce on Prospect League TV, and for those fans who always listen and watch the Shrimply Good podcast. We're incentivizing you. We're getting more people to join us, but we're also recognizing those that I know listen and watch everything that we do. So we have this daily listener word of the day, and this podcast is day number 7. And word number 7 is you. That's what the word of the day is today. So now you have all 7 words. So now it's time to go submit that sentence. You need to submit that sentence by the start of our next game, which is Monday at 7:05. So we will look at the entries after the game on Monday, but you got to do it before, because they're time stamped. I'm going to see them. I know what's going to happen. So every word is now out. So if you have all 7 words, if you listened, if you watched, if you had it all for all 7 days, it's actually 6 because we gave 2 yesterday, but it's the same thing. It's all there. We set them every time. They were said at least once during every broadcast. You had to listen, you had to know, but you can win a $25 merch gift card. Everybody loves Pistol Shrimp merch. We got a brand new tie-dye t-shirt that is hot off the racks right now. So if you want a chance to get that t-shirt and a $25 merch gift card, you got to submit all those words, and you can't go back and listen. This is the only one that's going to carry on forever and ever. So you had to listen all this week, and maybe, just maybe, it'll be back next week as well. So if you didn't know this week, you can do it again next week. But this week's word, or this day's word, is you. If you have all 7 words, go submit those. The link is on our link tree. It's also on the original post on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. The daily listener word of the day contest, in addition to the Shrimply Good podcast, in addition to your Shrimply Good listening habits. But it's also time for those Shrimply Good players of the week. It's the biggest part of the Shrimply Good podcast. It's the Shrimply Good players of the week, presented by Tangled Roots Brewing Company. We had a big hitter this week. Jayce, tell us about him.
Yeah, no doubt. I have to give my nod to Zach Lane, who has been consistent throughout the season, but he has really stepped it up a notch over this last week. He had 15 at-bats, 9 hits, 4 runs, 2 doubles, a home run, 5 RBIs, a hit by pitch. Good enough for a 600 average, a 625 on base percentage. How about a 933 slug? So Zach Lane just continues to be one of those guys, whether he's at the beginning of the lineup or he finds himself in the middle, or even the few rare times he finds himself towards the bottom, he continues to produce. And Zach Lane stepped it up this week and really carried that offense when they needed him to. Shrimply Good player of the week to Zach Lane.
Yeah, it's finally time to give Zach Lane a nod as well. And it's also time to give Ty Weatherly another nod. Ty Weatherly is going to be our next Shrimply Good player of the week. Back-to-back weeks for Weatherly. 7 innings, 6 hits, no walks, only 2 earned runs, 10 strikeouts, and a 2.57 ERA for Ty Weatherly. He was Shrimply too good this week for the back-to-back time. Big strikeout numbers have moved him into the top 3 of the Prospect League in that category. A big week for Ty Weatherly and a big week for the Pistol Shrimp. Weatherly and Lane are Shrimply Good players of the week, presented by Tangled Roots Brewing Company. Jayce, any final thoughts before we let the listeners go?
Yeah, this week was a little out of character for the Pistol Shrimp. Obviously, their pitching staff got banged around a little bit, but what I love is they were able to bounce back. They turned it into a winning week, 3-2 on that week, and just continue to move up those rankings in the Prospect League. It's what you like to see. You got to be able to bounce back, because in baseball, you're playing every day. You're going to have an off night, and you just got to learn to not let it carry over to the next one. And that's what I loved about this season for the Pistol Shrimp.
The Pistol Shrimp are still rolling, one of the top 3 records in the Prospect League, and currently the second best overall record in the Prospect League as well, just behind the Danville Dans, ahead of the Paints, ahead of the Wabash Valley Rex. A big week for the Shrimp, another winning week, and we hope to see you at the ballpark this week as well for some Pistol Shrimp baseball action. Remember, if you can't make it to the game, you can listen live for free on the Pistol Shrimp Radio Network, on the road or at home, just on your phone or online. You can go to pistolshrimpbaseball.com or download the Pistol Shrimp Baseball mobile app on the Apple or Android App Store. And if you want to watch the games, you can always watch on Prospect League TV. Just go to prospectleague.tv to learn more. Thank you for stopping by episode 7 of the Shrimply Good podcast presented by Beaver Creek Golf Carts. Fear the claw, and we'll see you next time.
Do the Pistol Shrimp.